Yeah, just real proud of our guys from just being able to hang in there and wait for something good to happen. Sometimes if you keep playing and you get an opportunity, then you're in a position to do something with it. But if you don't have the right mindset or the right maturity, I think that's why coaches are constantly searching for some kind of advantage, either from the personnel you have on the floor, personnel they may have on the floor. Where do we have an advantage? We used Emmanuel Sharp last night in the pick and roll because we felt he had the best chance to get in the paint and get the ball in the rim. And if we get the ball in the rim, we thought we could offensive rebound it. But it comes down to Roberts makes the 2 free throws. But our defense was really good there about the last 10 minutes or so. So I was proud of them for hanging in there. And, our lives are so consumed by our next game, your next game. And I'm glad last night was not our last game, that we do have a next game. And that's a good thing for this group because I've enjoyed coaching this team.
Coach, we'll start on the right side of the aisle with Joe.
Joe Duarte, Houston Chronicle. Kelvin, as you savored the journey that you've been on, whether it's this year or the years that you've been here in Houston, what does a moment like last night when you walked into the team hotel mean, just to see that crowd that maybe wasn't there, 7 or 8 years ago, or was just starting to build up to that?
I don't know. I'm not very good at that stuff. I'm sure somebody. That's something certainly to savor and enjoy, and it's indicative of our journey, our success. But my mind was focused on getting Kellen by himself and getting to a laptop and looking at Florida. I'm not very good at. My mother always used to tell me that I had to learn to smell the roses, and my mother passed away in 2014, and I never did learn.
Up front on the right side, Mike.
Mike LaPresta, NCAA.com. This falls into a little bit in that same category, and I know it's not big on your radar screen right now, but if you win, you'll be the oldest national championship coach ever. Does that mean anything to you? Would that mean anything to you, particularly at an age where, with modern basketball, there's some question about how long guys are going to stay in this profession?
It's probably a good question. When you're pressing 70, you look at things a lot differently. You're grown up now. You're 70. I spent a little time this morning with my grandkids. First time I went to the Final Four in 2002, my son was on the team, or he's on the bench with us. So over the years, things kind of come full circle in some ways. Last night I got so many texts from, I haven't returned any. There's too many to even look. I didn't even get through all of them, but I saw Tubby and Rick Barnes and Tom Izzo and Pop and a bunch of the older coaches, and they all kind of had similar messages to me. One for the old guys or something like that. Because we were all young at the same time. Coming up, but I haven't thought a lot about what's next. I think that would be, I get so focused on the team and trying to figure out how to help them. But I know, we've been working with the portal since we've been here. I mean, there's some things going on that require our immediate attention. I remember when we were in the Final Four, and what was it, 21? That was COVID, right? That we spent half the day. I remember recruiting Josh Carlton, Kyler Edwards, and Jarris Walker. One of my assistants had me on the phone with those guys a couple of times a day because we had nothing to do. I mean, they let us go out to the yard, which was Victory Park. We had a football to throw around. Couldn't see our families because they had us in that quarantine thing. But I see all our kids now, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for their families. They're creating memories that will last them forever. I used to come to the tournament when I was a young coach, and I would sit in those stands and look at the two coaches in the championship game, and you go, you think you'd like to be there one day. If you could ever get a chance. And so for me, it's a lot of gratitude, a lot of appreciation for having this opportunity. But you owe it to so many people. You don't do things like this in a vacuum. I've got a great team, got a great staff. I'm able to work independent of everything, and I run the program without any resistance. I make all the decisions. I do everything on my own. So, with my staff, of course. So, we've kind of done it our way, and it's worked out pretty good.
We'll go to 40-second.
It's taken Kelvin Sampson 1,152 games to get to his first national title appearance. That's the most by any head coach all time. And then he can win and become the oldest head coach at 69. That would be 1 year better than Coach K in Coach Calhoun.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.